السلام عليكم طلاب هذا الفيديو التعريفي الخامس لمادة الرواية الصف الثالث قسم اللغة الإنجليزية كلية اللغات وأني دكتورة هالة. اليوم راح نبدي بالرواية نفسها اللي هي Hard Times and we're gonna start from book one. Book one is entitled Sowing, and sowing means you are planting something. You are planting something, and here it is metaphorically, or it means metaphorically, what is planted in the mind of new children or little children. So you have to ask yourself a couple of questions when you start reading this chapter. So what's the significance of the title of the first book, Sowing? Why did the writer describe the main character square? Who are the little vessels? Why were they described as inanimate? What else did you notice in this chapter? So it's a very small chapter. It's almost one page, and you can just by reading it, you can understand that the setting is in a school room where the speaker is unidentified. So we don't know who is the speaker. We see him, we know his description, but we don't know his name. We only know that he is described as square, having square fingers, square hands, square head. So he is having square things. And the idea of having square things is that his mind is just like a box, which is square, because he does not have an open mind. His mind is closed, just like a box. He does not want to change his way, and he only cares about facts, knowledge, and nothing else. So his appearance is described as square to represent a box and express his conventionality, narrow mind, and resistance to any idea that is not connected to facts. So this is a picture from the movie of Hard Times, the oldest one, and it shows how the students were kind of gathered in a school, and he was talking with them about facts only. So the first book is entitled Sowing, to refer to the plantation of facts into the minds of the little students at the school, and how this schoolmaster will influence their lives in the future. The little vessels are the children who are receptive to the doctrine of facts that is recognized by the speaker. They are labeled as inanimate and are compared to animals if they don't acquire knowledge and facts. To the speaker, what differentiates a human from an animal is only facts. So he is a man who does not care about anything except for facts. To be human is to acquire knowledge, and that's why anyone who does not acquire knowledge, he's either inanimate or he is like an animal for him. This is concerning chapter 1. Chapter 2 is called Murdering the Innocents. Murdering the Innocents, and here also we are referring to the students and how do they teach them and what do they teach them in this school of Mr. Gradgrind. And here we have also to ask ourselves, why didn't Mr. Gradgrind want Sissy to talk about the circus, and why he refused to call her Sissy? How different is the definition Sissy gives about the horses from that of pizzas? Why did Mr. Gradgrind call the girl number 20? And what is the significance of that? What is the implication of the title of the second chapter, Murdering the Innocents? So This is Mr. Gradgrind, and you can see that his face is gloomy because he does not like to smile or laugh because he considered these things forbidden because they are connected with emotions and feelings which he does not even recognize. So the speaker is identified as Mr. Gradgrind, whose philosophy of facts becomes the philosophy of teaching in the school. This is the main philosophy of the school. He scolds Cecilia for calling herself Sissy, a nickname her father has given to her. He refuses any projection of the real job of her father as a clown in the circus, and actually refuses any discussion about the circus and the ring. By this, the innocence of the students is murdered by the factual and educational system of Mr. Gradgrind. So the fact that he refuses any kind of implication to the idea that Sissy's father or Cecilia's father works in a circus and as a clown to make people laugh, to make people smile. He did not like this idea, and that's why he refused even the idea that Cecilia wanted to deliver by saying her father does not work in a circus. He probably a horse breaker or a surgeon for animals. He dislikes anything that is connected to emotions and feelings. This is Cecilia or Sissy, and he called her girl number 20. He does not know this girl because she's new to his school. The circus is placed as an alternative word to the word of facts set by Mr. Gradgrind, and the reader senses Dickens' preference toward the word of fancy and imagination, represented by the circus and Sissy, as opposed to the educational word established in the school. This is emphasized especially when Mr. Gradgrind calls Sissy girl number 20. So he does not even recognize the students by their names. He recognized them by numbers. To him, they are not human beings who are identified by their names. No, they are identified by facts and by numbers only. This is the opposite character of Cecilia Pitzer. Pitzer is a product of Mr. Gradgrind school, and he is able to deliver all the facts that Cecilia or Sissy was not able to do. So Cecilia fails to deliver the definition of a horse, and she wanted the house to be painted or the carpet of a room to be painted with roses, but this idea was not appealing to Mr. Gradgrind and the teachers, and that's why they scolded her and asked Pitzer about the definition of a horse. Pitzer, he is a brilliant student in the School of Facts, succeeds in expressing every detail of the appearance of a horse. Mr. Gradgrind and the teacher of the classroom were so happy about his definition because it was based on facts only. And by this, chapter 2 of Hard Times ends to give us the idea, I mean the readers, the idea that we have two words and Sissy is invading the world of facts with her new sentimentalism, feelings, and emotions that are different from the word of fact which Mr. Gradgrind is trying to give to his students. خلصنا الشابتر الأول والثاني من هارد تايمز والفيديو التعريفي الخامس. أني دكتورة هالة. كنت أتكلم عن hard times رواية للصف الثالث قسم اللغة الإنجليزية كلية اللغات.